Launching on November 15th, we have Esopya, and this plays 1v1 or 2v2, and I expect that it takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. And this is a combat card game that uses a tactical board where players are trying to destroy their opponent's kingdom on the other side. Players are going to be gathering different cards throughout the game and then playing them into different areas of the board depending on the type of card that they are. First, there's the creature cards, and these are your main attack cards, and you'll be playing these out onto the board, but they'll also be moving around the board and they can attack each other as well as your opponent's kingdom if you are able to move it far enough to the other side so that your opponent's kingdom is in range. And then there's the support cards, which can also be played to the board, but they can only be played in the defense row, which is the row that is closest to you. And these are going to offer some sort of defense or support to your creature cards or to your kingdom. And then there's the spell cards, which are not played into the battlefield, but they allow a player to perform a special effect or ability. To play all the cards that I just mentioned, you're going to have to spend mana, and players do get a set amount of mana each round, but you can also play mana cards that are going to allow you to activate even more cards by issuing you more mana on your turn. And then finally, each player is going to have a realm card that sits in the middle of the defense row on each side of the board, and it's going to allow the players to have a special ability depending on which realm card you have, but it also determines how much health each player is going to have, and you're going to be using that card to track your health throughout the game, and if your health ever gets to 0, then you lose the game. Each player draws 7 cards into their hand at the start of the game, and then players are going to take turns until a winner is determined. On your turn, all the cards that you already have out on the battlefield are going to get activated, which means that they're going to be able to move or attack, and then you're going to gain 5 mana in order to spend on activating different cards or putting new cards into play. After that, you'll be able to draw a new card into your hand from your own personal deck or from the shared mana deck if you want to try and get more mana to activate more cards on a future turn. There's 2 types of creature cards in this game. There's melee creature cards and ranged creature cards, and they work exactly how they sound. The melee creature cards can only attack the cards near to them, which means their existing row or the 2 rows adjacent to them, where a ranged card can aim almost anywhere on the board up to their range. And similar to Keyforge, when you do attack another card, you're both going to take damage depending on your attack power as well as your opponent's attack power. The game offers 3 different factions, and there's 9 armies per faction, which means that there's 9 decks in total, and you can play with predetermined decks, or you can go through some deck building rules that the game provides as well. And if you're interested in the deck building variant, you'll definitely want to check out the deluxe version of the game because you're going to get twice as many cards for each army, which means that there's a ton more options when it comes to deck building. And as always, if this game interests you, I have links to the campaign in the description below.